you wondering if cardio or strength training is better for your weight loss efforts? If so, then you'll want to stick around because I'm going to answer that question in this video. Now, I lost 70 pounds in 9 months, and I did that through changes in my diet, incorporating both cardio as well as strength training. Once I lost 70 pounds, I had a tummy tuck, and then I started training for a marathon, and I went on to lose an additional 16 pounds. Over the course of this weight loss journey, I've lost approximately 90 pounds. And what I will tell you is that both cardio as well as strength training were both important to my weight loss efforts, and they were important to those efforts for different reasons. Now, you know that in order to lose weight, you have to be in a caloric deficit, and that just simply means you have to burn more calories than you take in. And both cardio and strength training help with that, but they help in different ways. So cardio is good because it helps with cardiovascular strength. It helps build your heart muscle. And without your heart, you're not here. And so you want to have a strong heart muscle. Cardio also is good for boosting endurance. And so when you talk about endurance, you're talking about increasing your heart rate and keeping it elevated through an activity over an extended period of time. And so cardio is very important to that, because without cardio, you wouldn't be able to get through the end of that activity at that elevated heart rate. Cardio is also good for your mental health because it releases endorphins as you participate in a cardio activity. I will tell you that when I'm out there running 3, 5, 15 miles at a time, you can't tell me anything. It's those endorphins going, and it is an absolute boost to my mental health. And then the last thing is that cardio burns calories. And when we talk about that caloric deficit and burning more calories than we take in, it will help you to burn calories, more calories over a shorter time period. And so cardio will definitely help you stay in that caloric deficit. So those are the reasons why cardio is good for you and good for your weight loss efforts. Now, on the other hand, when you talk about strength training helps to increase your muscle mass. It also helps you to maintain your muscle mass, because as we get older, we lose muscle mass. And so you want to be able to maintain that for as long as possible. So strength training, lifting weights, that certainly helps with that process. It also is good for your bone health and bone density and reducing your risk of osteoporosis. Again, as we get older, our body starts to break down, our bones become fragile, and we want to make sure that whatever it is that we're doing helps us to preserve the bone mass that we still have. And so strength training absolutely helps with that. Strength training also helps with just your day-to-day functional activities. When you think about climbing stairs or kicking a ball or lifting groceries, you need muscles to do all that. And so it helps if you have been strength training and conditioning those muscles over a period of time, because then those functional things that you do day to day without thinking about it, it becomes effortless. And finally, strength training helps with fat loss, because once you start strength training, you will start to burn more calories at rest. So if I'm sitting here talking to you and I'm burning 50 calories an hour, if I start to strength train and really increase my muscle mass, then now I might burn 75 calories sitting here talking to you, or maybe even 100 calories sitting here talking to you. Doing the same activity, I'm burning more calories because I have conditioned my muscles. And that helps with overall fat loss. If you're just at rest burning more calories, then you're continuously burning fat. And so you need strength training for that. So I have found throughout the course of my weight loss journey that both are important, and I have to incorporate them both. Now, I will tell you that I do tend to stray more towards cardio because I can burn calories over a shorter period of time, especially if I am in a true weight loss mode where I'm trying to drop pounds. Then I usually tend to gear more towards cardio. But I can also tell a difference in my body and in my body composition when I have neglected strength training, because I don't look the same. When I started out with marathon training over the summer, I was actually doing some strength training, and then marathon training got to the point where I was running sometimes 16, 18, 20 miles, in a day. And so I was neglecting strength training. Well, my muscles really thinned out. I really got, like, my glutes area, for example, really got flat. And so after marathon training, I had to go back and dedicate time to rebuilding those muscles. And so while I'm not necessarily strength training for weight loss, I absolutely needed to strength train just to recomposition my body to what I wanted it to look like, because I had been neglecting the strength portion of it for so long. So I'll tell you what I do in terms of cardio and strength training. I am typically running. That is typically what I do for my cardio, is either walking or running. I'm typically always following some sort of running training plan. I'm always in training for some sort of upcoming road race, and that kind of keeps me in the rhythm, keeps me in the momentum of training. I run 4 days a week, sometimes 5, depending on what's going on. Sometimes I will have an additional day where I am cross training. So I might ride an exercise bike, or I might just simply walk. I might do a boot camp class, something that will keep up my heart rate, but I'm doing something different other than running. Now for strength training, what I found works for me is working my major muscle groups at least once a week. And so I tend to hit my chest, my back, my arms, my shoulders, my thighs, my glutes. I try to switch it up so that I'm not working the same muscle group every day, but I try to hit those major muscle groups at least once per week. Now, when it comes to my core, my abs, I found that I can't do that once a week. I have to get in more classes. And so what I'm doing now is working my abs at least 3 times a week. I will do a class, either a 5-minute class or a 10-minute class or a 15-minute class. And I will do that, try to do it 3 times a week. Sometimes I might even get in a 4th class per week. But if I'm doing it 3 times a week, then that seems to work for me. And with that routine, not only have I been able to successfully lose weight, but I'm also able to maintain my weight with that routine. And that is super important. Once you lose the weight, you want to keep it off for good. And so you do need both cardio as well as strength training, because they help you keep that weight off, but they help you in different ways. I hope this answers your question about whether cardio or strength training is good for your weight loss efforts and which one you should incorporate. The answer is both. You need both in order to lose weight as well as to maintain that weight loss. If this video has been helpful to you, please take a moment and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed to the community yet, take a moment, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here. Take care. Good luck on your weight loss journey. I'll see you in the next video.